It was 3:47 a.m. when Daniel Carter received the email that changed everything. He stared at his laptop in silence. No celebration. No excitement. Just shock. Congratulations. You have been accepted into a Canadian university. For a moment, it felt unreal. Canada had always been his dream. Safe country, world-class education, and opportunities that could reshape his future. But then reality hit him like a wave. Because acceptance was only the beginning. And what Daniel didn't know yet was that the real journey starts after the admission letter, not before it. And if you're planning to study in Canada in 2026, this story might save you months of confusion, thousands of dollars, and one very common mistake most students make. Let's begin where Daniel began. Right after his acceptance, he thought the hardest part was over. He had already applied to the University of Toronto, one of Canada's top institutions, and got into a business program. He imagined smooth sailing from here. But within 24 hours he was overwhelmed. Scholarships, visa documents, proof of funds, housing, health insurance, study permits, deadlines. It felt like a second university just to figure out how to get into university. And this is where most students start to panic. But here's the truth nobody tells you clearly. Studying in Canada is not difficult because of requirements. It is difficult because of timing and structure. So let's break everything down step by step, exactly the way Daniel had to learn it the hard way. First, scholarships. When Daniel started looking for funding, he made a common assumption. He believed scholarships in Canada were only for top 1% academic geniuses. That's not entirely true. Canada offers a wide range of scholarships for international students, but they are highly structured and often misunderstood. There are three main types: university-based scholarships, government-funded scholarships, external private scholarships. Let's start with university scholarships. At schools like the University of Toronto, University of British Columbia, and McGill University, there are entrance scholarships for international students based on academic performance. Daniel had a GPA of 3.7, which placed him in a competitive range. He applied for an entrance award and received partial funding of around 5,000 Canadian dollars. It didn't cover everything, but it reduced pressure significantly. Then came government scholarships. Programs like the Vanier Canada Graduate Scholarships and Canada SEN Scholarships are highly competitive, but extremely valuable. Most of them focus on graduate-level students, research applicants, or students from developing countries. And here's where Daniel made his first mistake. He focused only on university websites and completely ignored external funding databases. He missed multiple opportunities simply because he didn't know where to look. And this is something most students get wrong. They think scholarships come to them. But in reality, you have to actively search across multiple systems. Now let's move to tuition costs, because this is where planning becomes critical. In Canada, tuition for international students typically ranges between 15,000 to 25,000 Canadian dollars per year for undergraduate programs, 10,000 to 35,000 for postgraduate programs depending on the field. Daniel's program cost him about 18,000 CAD per year. At first, it felt overwhelming. But compared to the United States or United Kingdom, Canada still offered a relatively balanced cost-to-quality ratio. And this is one of the biggest reasons students choose Canada in 2026. But tuition is only one part of the equation. Because the real financial challenge comes from something else entirely: living expenses. And this is where Daniel's experience took an unexpected turn. When he landed in Toronto, everything felt new and exciting. He had budgeted around 1,200 CAD per month for living expenses. At first, it seemed enough. But then came rent. A shared apartment near downtown Toronto cost him 750 CAD per month. That alone consumed more than half his budget. Then came food. Groceries in Canada are significantly more expensive than many students expect. Monthly food expenses range between 250 to 400 CAD, depending on lifestyle. Daniel tried cooking at home to save money. But then came the hidden costs. Transport passes, phone bills, health insurance, new and winter clothing. And suddenly, His safe budget didn't feel so safe anymore. But here's the problem. Most students underestimate Canada's seasonal expenses. Winter changes everything. Heating costs increase. Clothing expenses spike. Transportation becomes less flexible. Daniel spent nearly 200 CAD in his first winter, just on proper jackets and boots. Something he never included in his budget. And that mistake is extremely common. Now let's talk about the visa process, because this is where things become serious. To study in Canada, students need a study permit. The process involves proof of acceptance from a recognized institution, proof of financial support, biometrics, medical exams in some cases, statement of purpose. Daniel thought this would be straightforward. It wasn't. The hardest part was proving financial stability. Canada requires students to demonstrate that they can cover tuition and living expenses for at least 1 year. This is where many applications get delayed or refused. Not because students are unqualified, but because documentation is incomplete or unclear. Daniel spent nearly 3 weeks organizing bank statements, sponsor letters, and financial proof. And even then, he worried about approval until the very last moment. But finally, his study permit was approved. And that moment changed everything. Now let's talk about universities in Canada, because choice matters more than most students realize. Canada has 3 major categories of universities: research-intensive universities, comprehensive universities, liberal arts, and applied colleges. Daniel chose a research-intensive institution. But many students thrive in smaller colleges with more practical programs and lower tuition fees. For example, University of Toronto, University of British Columbia, McGill University are globally ranked institutions. Simon Fraser University and York University offer balanced academic and career opportunities. Smaller colleges like Seneca College or George Brown College focus on applied skills and job readiness. Choosing the right institution is not just about ranking. It is about long-term goals. And this is something Daniel only understood after arriving. Because in Canada, education is closely tied to immigration pathways. Which brings us to one of the most important insights of all. Studying in Canada is not just about studying. It is about building a future pathway. Many international students use the post-graduation work permit program, which allows them to work after completing studies. This experience often leads to permanent residency opportunities. Daniel didn't fully understand this at first. But over time, he realized something important. Canada's education system is designed not just for academics, but for integration. Now let's bring everything together. Daniel's first semester was overwhelming. He struggled with budgeting. He underestimated living costs. He felt pressure from visa documentation. But by the second semester, something changed. He adjusted his spending habits. He applied for part-time work on campus. He learned how to manage winter expenses. And slowly, everything became manageable. Not because Canada became easier, but because he became more aware. And that is the real transformation every international student experiences. So what does all this mean for you? If you are planning to study in Canada in 2026, here is the truth you need to remember. Scholarships exist, but they require active searching. Visas are achievable, but documentation must be precise. Universities offer opportunities, but your choice affects your future path. And living costs are manageable only if you plan realistically. Canada is not a dream that happens automatically. It is a system that rewards preparation. Daniel's story is not unique. Thousands of students go through the same cycle every year. Confusion, adjustment, clarity, growth. And in the end, success comes not from perfection, but from awareness. Before we close, here is the most important insight of all. Most students focus on getting into Canada. But the real challenge is building a life after you arrive. And once you understand that difference, everything changes. So if you are on this journey right now, take a breath. Plan carefully. Research deeply. And think long-term. Because Canada doesn't just offer education. It offers transformation. Thanks for watching. If you want more detailed guides on studying abroad, scholarships, visas, and international student life, make sure to subscribe. Your future starts with the decisions you make today.